Once again, we back in this joint, Open Gym USA, outside of Milk Boy Art House over in College Park, Maryland. And we got another very talented artist just finished killing stuff with a 2-song set, filmed by Prince Kaching. Shout out to him. I am Steven X, the truth. I'm going to go ahead and let this king right here introduce himself. Why don't you go ahead and talk to the people real quick?
Yo, what's up? It's KAYWON from the Wug, from the 8601. They call me the Wando, whatever you want to call me. Slackjaw Murder Bunny, you know what I'm saying? Coming from Severn, Maryland, you know what I'm saying?
Very nice.
What up, y'all? County boys in the building.
Word. So, appreciate you coming out to Open Gym tonight. I gotta say that from everything that I've seen this evening, as far as a real standout guy, I'm loving how you was able to embody both the MC style and also, like, right now you got this very, very, very well put together piece of equipment right here.
Check it. Diamond. Exclusive.
Beautiful. And then
Try and get sponsored.
And then the all white is extra elegant. But I love how you was able to incorporate the MC style along with the rock and roll style or the heavy metal vibes, you know, with the electric guitar. So with those things, in my opinion about those things, as KAYWON, who do you do your music for? Because artists sometimes, most of the time when they go out and they do their music, they have a specific group in mind for their music. Sometimes it's the hustlers, sometimes it's the ladies, it's the college kids, it's the b-boys, it's everything else in between. So who do you do your music for?
Man, I do my music for like the chunks, the chunky groove, the people that were once like into metal, but they transferred. Just kind of like me. When I was young, I used to listen to shit like System of a Down, DMX, you know what I'm saying? But when I was younger, that shit wasn't so inclusive, you know what I'm saying? But I wanted to make a space for people that want to be inclusive. It's crazy.
Very nice, very nice. So it's for the ones who kind of were trying to find their way in one sense, but somewhere along the lines they just kind of felt the need to switch it up a little bit.
Switch it up. The people that wanted both sides, you know what I'm saying?
And there's nothing wrong with that either, because a lot of times, people will feel like you gotta be all in one space or another, especially like I'm about to say you being a brother with yours. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I feel like they try to paint you as one thing and then they try to keep you in that space. I love how you pushing the boundaries with what it is that you try to do.
I got you, man. Back in the county, like, we used to live like right next to like a redneck environment. That's my drummer over there. Shit, I don't know. God.
Word.
Like, I used to get calls and shit like, yo, stop making this rock music or we're gonna kill you, you're a nigga, like all that type of shit, you know what I'm saying? We used to go to metal shows, nobody would talk to us. They stole my 7-string, they stole my man's pedal, man.
That's some real fucking shit.
On some real shit. And it's like, damn, like, that's how y'all feel, but like, this music shit's supposed to bring everybody together, you know what I'm saying?
Damn.
And like I said,
that's like almost worse than what the niggas did to Lil Nas when he did the Old Town Road shit, where it's like, you know, you try and be yourself, you try and get your shit off the same way as everybody else, but they just try and throw an indictment on you and put you in one spot. It's fucked up, bro.
It's fucked up, but you know what I mean? We keep persevering,
rising
you know
above
what I mean?
it.
Fuck all that shit, like, this shit never gonna end, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is forever, this is eternal.
Shit, I feel that most definitely. Now talking to you, you already strike me as somebody who their mental and spiritual makeup is a lot different from anybody else who's out here doing some of the same things as you as far as musically speaking. So for you as KAYWON, what do you say is some of your traits that you have that help you to separate yourself from the rest of your peers and your contemporaries? If you want to set, and it might be a lot of other dudes trying to rap and play the guitar at the same time, what makes you somebody that no matter what else happens or who else goes on before or after you, people are going to remember you as somebody different?
I'd say that's like two things. One, I'm always keep it real. If I'm angry, I'm gonna be angry as fuck. If I'm happy, yo, you're the guy, you know what I'm saying? And two, is get what you give, yo, like, to your heart's content. Like, if you put 100% into that shit, you're gonna get maybe 98% out, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like it's get what you shit till the day we die. That's the brand right there. Get what you get, you know what I'm saying? This is the Greek letters for it.
I love this shameless promo, bro. I love it. Hey, but if you don't do that shit yourself, ain't nobody else gonna do that shit.
And I learned that shit from doing this shit for like 10 years, man. Like if you don't go and book your own shows, if you don't go and find your own photographers, if you don't find your own videographers, if you don't put money into yourself, this shit is never gonna come back. I promise you. I promise you 1,000 times over.
You gotta feed the system.
A closed mouth does not get fed.
You gotta feed yourself into the system. Otherwise, there ain't gonna be no system that manifests itself at the end of the day.
And you gotta support the scene too. Don't think that you just gonna be performing and not going to nobody's shows and people just gonna fuck with you. It's not happening.
Man, I feel that shit. And I love how you touched on that point because it kind of segues into my next point real nicely. Because you're talking about a lot of the things that go into being a successful individual regardless of which level you're on. And we all pushing for these things with having some type of end game or desired goal in mind. So for you as KAYWON, and it sounds like you've been thinking about this a lot just since you started. You say you've been doing this for 10 years, so that's a long time to think about this.
24 years, 14.
Oh damn, that's beautiful, bro. So you probably have a really good idea for this question that I'm about to ask. What is success for you as KAYWON the artist? Because in 2019, you can, because of how the internet is with music and its distribution, you can be whoever the fuck you want to be, however the fuck you want to be it, and you can choose to go the mainstream route where you allow the radio stations and the bigger platforms to push you, or you can choose to go that independent route where you got more partnerships and you getting your brain, your butt off and doing those type of things. Do you see yourself more as doing that first half or that second half, or is it kind of like a happy medium somewhere in between that?
Yo, it's like the happy medium for real. Like I'm trying to be on some like Rockefeller shit, some Cash Money type shit.
Oh man,
like
that's a dynasty type shit.
You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make a dynasty, like 8601 shit, Wug shit. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucking.
This crew is fucking amazing, though. Goddamn.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about, having the right people and the right energy around you. Like I don't mind my shit being on the radio. Play my shit. 92Q Pork Chop, play my shit. Lil Bacon Bear, 93.9, play my shit. Yes. And don't worry, like I'm still trying to get on the playlist on Spotify. Like that shame. Like I feel no shame being on both sides of the like river. You know what I'm saying? Like at all. You know what I'm saying? So
see, what I like about talking to you is you understand how, again, it's not about just paying attention, taking heed to just one side of it solely. Both of them feed into each other at the same rate, at the same pace, and if you don't take your time and give attention to both sides equally, then you're going to end up falling short of your overall goals and expectations that you have for yourself. And I'm loving how throughout this whole conversation that we've been having, you really emphasize the principle of balance. Like you said, it's like, you know, if I'm all the way angry, I'm gonna get that shit straight to you. But if I'm feeling on the good vibes, I'm gonna get that shit straight to you too. And I think that's something that is really important for artists to have, that shit, because that conviction is what's gonna help everybody to get behind you 100%, bro.
And I think it's like you gotta have an open mind, man. Like once you put yourself in like a box, you're gonna limit what you can do. You know what I'm saying? Shit, like the people I've been talking to and the shit that I've been shown, like it's really about the teamwork and that energy, man. Like you gotta keep that shit up. You know what I'm saying? So
the circle that you keep around you is very, very reflective and indicative of whatever energy you want to put out. I definitely agree with that. And like I said, just seeing how everybody in your circle who ain't even in the shop right now is just here supporting you. Like that.
Big Willie style. Bees. Mr. Got what you need right here. What's up? The pharmacist.
Hey, nah, but it's like everybody knowing how to play their role, play their position is something that I think is lost because everybody just want to be that dude in the forefront. But everybody gotta know how to play their roles properly if you want to get to that plateau where everybody gets a chance to eat in the right way.
Everybody gonna have their time to shine. Like that's like something big that like we focus on each other. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm slipping, somebody gonna say it. He's slipping, I'ma say it. He's slipping, I'ma say it. She's slipping, I'ma say it. Like it's no question about that shit. And that's why it's about being upfront. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm saying, like because once you get that into play, we can't fall. You know what I mean? What Jay-Z said, none of us will fall because everybody will be each other's crutches. He said that in the Reasonable Doubt shit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it's
real.
about. Like
that's real. I love it.
That's really how I feel.
I'm loving the parallel that you do with that. So thinking about all the different things that we talked about, who you do it for, what's your idea of success, some of your standout traits. Who are some of the artists that you saw coming up that, not even coming up, but even now maybe present day, who are some of the artists that have inspired you to create in the fashion in which you do? And even more than who, why is it that those individuals were the ones that stood out to you?
Man, like influences, there's so many. I got like a huge ass record collection in my closet. Man,
Vinyl?
start with vinyl.
Yeah, nah, motherfuckers don't know about the vinyl.
You know what I mean? I'm a beat maker, so like I gotta be
okay.
All that shit in there, I made it. You know what I'm saying?
Diggable crates and shit. Respect.
My guy has the history on lock. But I mean, influences. My heaviest influences are DMX. Like I said, I just love his energy, man. I seen this nigga live when he's an old man, yo, performing harder than I was performing, sweat like a mother, veins popping out. I'm like, yo, and everything sounded just like the record. Hiatus Coyote, another person, like another group that has that shit that's like from record to stage, that the translation is impeccable, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like System of a Down, Nirvana, Jay-Z. There's hella people that fuck with Barbara Mason. Like, when you put out somebody that's weird shit, Barbara Mason, there you go.
I'm gonna have to Google that because I ain't even familiar.
Domino Jones, Blueberry Hill, that shit is hard as fuck.
See, you put me on shit right now that I don't even know about as the interviewer, so that makes me feel like I gotta step my shit up, right? Because I'm feeling that shit.
My newest little EP though is it draws heavy influences from people like Tame Impala, Pharrell, The Devil Wears Prada, Glass Cloud, type shit.
Okay.
That's just what it is.
And like I said, from seeing your set tonight, make sure that y'all go check out that performance footage also. That's going to be available probably around the same time as when this shit finally gets fully chopped, you feel me? Make sure that you keep the entirety of the package, not just one part of it. From seeing your performance tonight, I can definitely see how all of those things are kind of sprinkled into the mix for you to have your own original steez that makes you as KAYWON somebody who ain't like anybody else. And I think it's really important, like I said earlier, that you do your best to bring out that individuality as much as possible because there's so many carbon copies out there right now trying to do the same thing like everybody else because that's what's making money. You stand to make more money and have a bigger impact by creating your own lane because that's how your longevity comes.
That longevity, that's
all it is, bro. That's all it is.
Like if you want to make a quick buck, baby, I ain't mad at you.
I mean, everybody gotta pay their bills, but you pay your bills now, or do you want to have that shit set up to where you can pay them shits, but also have some shit for your kids and your seeds later on? It's about the legacy. It's all about the legacy.
Son. I'm lying. I don't want a son. I want my daughter, son.
Hey, I kind of have been hoping for a daughter, but that's another conversation.
That's another conversation, right?
Real shit. So I love how everything has been kind of mad fluid, where one question or one segment is feeding into the next question. So we're about to wrap this up. I'm loving how you've been standing in the pocket knocking this shit down. So the last question that we have, and I put this question at the end of the interview because I like wrapping up with this because I think it's important for the artists to explain themselves in this capacity, not only to their peers as artists, but to their fans and to the consumers as well. What has art given you in terms of like your personal significance? Like, are there lessons that you've gotten from making music and doing this shit that you couldn't have gotten from doing other stuff?
Yo, for real? Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, like, I think the most important lesson I learned in music, period, is that thoughts and the manifestation of like thoughts, it's cool to think and plan all you want, but until every day you're making a move towards your goal, and I mean like an actual action, an actual call, an actual text, an actual going to talk to somebody,
real footwork,
you know what I'm saying? None of that shit matters, and that can go for everything, every goddamn thing. When I'm at work and I'm not really feeling it, I can tell that my boss is like, I'm never gonna give this nigga a raise. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit. When I'm out and I'm trying to get into this music shit, if I go into there and I don't talk to nobody, I'm not getting no followers. If I talk to 3 people in there, I'm probably gonna get like 12 followers just for talking to one person. They see me talking to him, boom, that's not another conversation. You know what I'm saying? And he like, yo, I need a cameraman. Fuck you. I got a cameraman for you. You know what I'm saying? And that makes an extra connection between people, and it's all about those connections and people. Like, people really do, that's what this humanity is about, man. Like, and that's why social media like killing shit. It really be killing shit because we lose that essence of the connection. Like me and you talking this whole time, we would have never had this conversation like we had it through a phone, just talking on FaceTime. I probably would have been doing a whole bunch of other shit, trying to clean my room up, trying to take a piss, put the phone down, all types of shit. You know,
because I'm here right now, the engagement, it goes to a different level.
You know what I'm saying?
Less.
Lesson, man.
Hey.
Actions beat speech, and thoughts, and the thoughts of speech are important, just as important.
Nigga,
if I would have never thought I wanted to be a musician, I was in court, going to court for possession. And my mother was like, what the fuck is you going to do? And I was like, Mom, I'm gonna make a band and I'm gonna start doing shows. 2 weeks later, I hit this nigga up and he's like, yo, what do you mean? I'm like, yo, you can't make a drum beat to this song. And this song called Sasquatch. But this went, how'd it go? My name isn't Sasquatch. Why do you keep calling me Sasquatch? And then ever since then, I've been making music nonstop. Like, real shit.
Last, man. Hey.
Thoughts, manifestation.
I love your presence, and I love your answers and how they're direct, with no type of real political intention behind the shit. Like, sometimes niggas will try to fuck their answers up and get a certain response from people. But your shit came really from the pit of your soul and the pit of your essence as a creator, and I appreciate and respect the shit out of that.
Instead of being political, I'm gonna just promote all my shit.
Hello. That's all it is, dog. So before we go ahead on and get out this shit real quick, social media, digital music platforms, and anything that anybody should be looking out for you in the
You can find me on any social media, 1-800-CALL-KAYWON. That's 1-800-CALL-KAYWON. Like it's an infomercial. Everywhere. You put that in Google, you gonna find me. You feel me? We got a project coming called Black Rich and Talented. That's coming in 20 days, 19 now. If it hit 12 o'clock, you know what I'm saying? That's a 6-track EP. The launch day, I told you, ain't no political correctness. We just go and promote shit real good. You feel me? I already got a song, a little single out called Impressive. I performed it tonight. The video is out now. It's on all streaming platforms. Brat's gonna be on all streaming platforms. Even if you got SoundCloud, if you got YouTube, you got Spotify, you got Apple Music, you got Amazon Music. No, believe it or not, most of people listen to my music on Amazon Music. And I said, why?
Niggas got Prime, bro.
Niggas got Prime, yo.
Niggas got Prime.
Niggas got Prime.
This shit is real.
Shit is real, man. So like, yeah, like, look out for the glove. Look out for 8601. We got some shows coming at the end of the month. August 17th, we're gonna be on East Oliver Street playing City Beach. Yeah, what up? What up, God?
This man right here, 061 to the day I die. This man got the chain, got the glory.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
that necklace.
Shout out to
I got that breaking the exit.
Shout out to College Park.
Shout out College Park. Shout out you, God. Yeah.
Stephen Max.
already played, yo.
KAYWON, Open Gym USA, another one in the books.
Shout out Steven X out here.
Yeah.
Shout out Prince behind
Out
the camera.
this joint, easy.
Hey.
What?
What?
What?